What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 25 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. On this episode, we are talking Fable, Thanksgiving the movie, the day before, and always in mind.
Dang, dude, you nailed that. My body's saying let's go, but my heart is saying no.
My body. I don't know.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
You are now tuned in to the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast.
I love it when you talk nerdy to me.
Christina Aguilera, Little Genie in a Bottle.
Ah, gotcha.
I coulda-
Genie in a bottle.
I could have kept it going, but those are the only lyrics in the song is I'm a genie in a bottle. You got to rub it
Gotcha.
the right way. And I knew you were totally going to get that.
I don't know if I actually would have, but I did.
But the reason I bring this up is I want to know, were you team Christina or were you team Brittany? Because I've had
For
this
what?
conversation
Is
this
there
week.
a fight? There's been a fight between them?
Didn't Britney Spears get all mad that Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera were on the cover of some magazine and she felt like she should be on it?
I have no idea.
I feel
But
like
I
I
guess
see.
if I'm going to answer the question, I think I know Britney Spears a little bit more, so I have to be on Team Britney. And she's overcome a lot, so I'm going to be on Team Britney.
Your team Britney?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not? Why
All right.
not?
All
Is that
right.
fair to say? Like,
Because I flip flopped in Genie in a Bottle era. I was Team Christina, and then switching over to like Oops, I Did It Again. I kind of
Mhm.
jumped sides and went Team Britney. But yeah. Either way, they're both smoke shows. So
I
that's
suppose you could say that, but I
Yeah.
don't know about all that. All right. But dude, episode 25, we're at a quarter of a century, quarter of 100.
quarter of 100 episodes, which is
That is insane.
absolutely insane. And just to be honest, remember when we were talking about 7 as the make it or break it? If we make
Yep.
it past 7, so
Yeah.
yeah, this is a big milestone for us, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
super excited. And then just a real quick shout out to all you guys for watching and listening to the episodes and liking and subscribing and sharing and all that stuff. We super appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I know we've taken a couple weeks off. I got sick one week, and then I got some stuff going on this last week, but we're back and better than ever to give you guys some of our thoughts on some of the new games coming out. Dave, what have you been doing? What games have you been playing?
Yeah, you already know what I've been playing, and ladies and gentlemen,
we all know that. We all know what Dave's been playing. As
Ladies-
you can see in our Let's Play.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not checked it out, we are doing a Let's Play series of Lords of the Fallen. It's an amazing game, but wow, did I sign us up for a commitment here, Adam? This
You sure
game,
did.
we are on part. I believe at the time of this filming, we have 20 Let's Plays
Mhm.
live, and I have another 9 in the editor. Ready to go, which will be coming out
Dang.
very soon. So it's an amazing game. It's a great game. I love it. If you love Souls-like games, check out Lords of the Fallen. Check out the Let's Play. It's super sweet. I will say it is super hard, and it's given me a little bit of a run for my money in certain spots. But yeah, it's a great game, and you're definitely getting your money's worth because we are 30 episodes into a Let's Play, and we did not finish yet.
Gotcha. How close do you think you are to finishing? What episode do you think will be the last episode of Lords of the Fallen Let's Play?
Lords of the Fallen Let's Play, I'm going to say the last episode is going to take off right around 40.
Okay.
I
40.
feel
Okay.
like, yeah, right around 40, which is honestly pretty good because I kind of got this idea from another creator that I really enjoy watching, Fighting Cowboy, if you guys know who Fighting Cowboy is. And he does a lot of stuff. He does a Let's
Mhm.
Play series, and then he'll do a walkthrough series where he kind of like helps you throughout the game. And on his Let's Play series, he went all the way until 50. So
Okay.
we're actually I don't want to pat myself on the back here a little bit, but we're cruising through the game a little bit faster than Fighting Cowboys. So
Gotcha. It's probably
Yeah.
because you're using his walkthroughs. You're like, oh, how did Let's Cowboy do it?
I am not using the walkthrough, and I can prove that in the episodes, because if you go and watch the episodes, spoiler alert, we have mistakenly locked ourselves into one ending of the game
Oh.
specifically because we did not do certain things that we needed to do. But
Gotcha.
nevertheless, Yeah, we're doing it totally blind, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I really, really like it.
Gotcha. So that means you're gonna have to play it again to have another let's play. And
there's actually 3 endings to the game, so
Yeah.
you guys let us know if you just want 100 videos of Lords of the Fallen gameplay.
Yep.
And we can make that happen for you.
We're gonna switch to a Lords of the Fallen only. Let's Lords of the Fallen is gonna be our new podcast name.
I'm not gonna go ahead and sign us up for that commitment. I think what we're doing now is pretty good. Let's stick with that. So yeah,
I like
super
it.
enjoying it. Adam, what are you playing? Anything?
I'm playing quite a bit right now. On the bus rides for work, I play Mario Wonder, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. I was going to do a review on it, but since I'm playing it on the bus, I decided, I'm just going to play it to enjoy it. When I'm at home, I'm playing Nick All-Star Brawl 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, hold on. Adam, can we have a moment of silence for your broken Rage controller?
Okay. It wasn't that much of a rage. Okay, it kind of was. So here's the thing. I love platform fighters. So like we talked about in the past, we've talked about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, or like we previewed it in the past. And I'm decent at brawler or like platform fighters. Like I can hold my own most of the time.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
For whatever reason, the first Nick All-Star Brawl, I was terrible. Second Nick All-Star Brawl, I'm even worse. And like
even worse than the first one.
Even worse. I cannot figure it out. I don't understand the moves. And so like I slammed the controller on my desk once and I was like, okay, that's not enough. And then that's when I'm like, bam, 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 bam. And then so my Xbox controller is no longer. So I decided to plug in my PlayStation controller into my PC, knowing that I will not break this nice controller. And I know for a fact, because I've already played a couple more hours of it and I've not gotten mad because I'm like, I like this controller too much. The other one was already falling apart anyway. So I was like, yeah.
How did it feel?
It felt terrible because now I don't have an Xbox controller for my Xbox, but I will get one at some point. However, I was going to do a review of Nick All-Star Brawl 2, but since I'm so bad at it and I just can't seem to get better, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to do this, but I'm thinking about doing a live stream of me playing Nick All-Star Brawl and doing a series of, I want to say noob to pro, but I'm at the bottom tier of ranked. So I'm like, I got up a little bit. I was at, what's below bronze? Copper. I'm at copper 3 right now. And I was so close to copper 1, but I never got there. So I'm at copper 3. The highest I was at was silver, but that's because they started me at silver. So
I'm on board with this series and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there will probably be some rage within this and all that good stuff, but we will find out. I will make the decision. Just got to find the right day to do it. I'm thinking Tuesdays, but keep an eye out for that because it should be fun.
Here's what you got to do, Adam.
I'm listening.
As a fellow rager, and you've seen me in my darkest of moments rage. Do you have your rage controller?
I probably could use this one, but this is the one. Like this one's bad. This is broken. Like
no,
you can tell.
the Xbox one that you broke. Do you have that rage controller?
It's 2 pieces of plastic at this point, and I threw it away.
Okay, all right. Because here's what I do.
It was so bad that the motors were out, the batteries flew out, everything broke in it.
So here is my gaming controller, the nice sleek midnight black PS5, and here is my rage controller, and this is the rage controller that I keep very close to me while I'm playing games, and this will be me raging, and then I will go like this and then rage out on the rage. I have a specific controller that's never used for gaming. It's only used for rage.
Okay, maybe I should get one of those. Like this one would be perfect, as you can see. Like buttons are like all wonky. Like I can't remember. I think that this one is stuck. Like it's got some very bad drift where it's like spins you in a circle.
Oh, so, yeah, that's a perfect rage controller.
Yeah, but that's the one my son likes to pretend to play with. So
it's all right. He's not gonna know. He's not gonna know.
Yeah, he won't know, except for plastic pieces are missing and everything like that. However, let's jump into our first topic because we don't want to hold people up, and that is Fable, the reboot, remaster, reboot. reboot?
That's a very good question. That's
Yeah.
a very good question. Yeah. So guys, the first game that we're talking about is Fable. Real quick, I think maybe we should talk about the backstory of Fable. Do you
Yeah.
know? Have you ever played Fable?
No, I have not, and that was why I didn't know what it was. I knew it, like I've heard the name. I've never actually pulled up a game, but you know what I thought it was? Not Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. I thought they were very similar. Kingdom Hearts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts is the mix of Disney Final Fantasy. It's a very good, like, astute kind of comparison.
Yeah.
But Fable. So I'm a big fan of Fable. I'm just going to throw
Mhm.
that out there, and I really, really enjoyed the games. And I think these style of games really work towards the style of games that I like. And I'm an RPG guy. This is a fantasy RPG style of game. And when this game first came out, Fable, the original game, came out in 2004, which I was in my Xbox era at that point. I know I'm all PlayStation now, but back then I was Xbox as well. So I did play a lot of Fable. And Fable, 2004 version, the story follows a boy. Basically, what happens is these bandits like attack his village and end up kidnapping his sister. And the quest is to learn why they did that, and obviously go get your sister back, right? The big thing about this game is that it's one of the first games that I ever played that the choices that you make in the game drastically matter. And we've talked about this before, is like there's choices in games that you find out, like, later down the road, it doesn't really matter what
Just a
choices you
waste.
make. Yeah, it's like a total waste. And you're sitting here contemplating this big decision, and it's like this thing would have happened regardless of what you chose. And Fable is not like that at all. Fable, the choices actually do very drastically change the storyline.
And
So
that's
that was
so hard for me in games because, like, I honestly I have a tough time making decisions in a game more so than I have making decisions in my own life. Like I'm like, but if I do this, this is gonna change everything. This will make me the bad guy. But sorry
Right.
to interrupt, but
No,
yeah, I
it's,
like that.
yeah.
I like it about games, but also really stressful.
It is really stressful. And what's even more stressful is like when you find out that a game has choices that actually matter and they put the timer on it.
Oh, I hate
I
that. Oh my
hate when they
gosh.
do that. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it's fast too. It's like 4 seconds. You like make a decision, make a decision. It's like, oh
yeah.
crap.
Yeah, like the Dark Pictures games are notorious for this. It's
Yeah.
like you have to make a decision that could end up killing your character, like completely dead. And it's like you have 4 seconds, figure it out, 4 seconds, and you're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But
you
yes.
turn it off and restart so you can like, okay, I thought about it and I'm ready to play again.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so initially when this game came out, fans didn't love the game. It did not get any type of praise or anything like that. And basically what they said was there was a lack of content and there were some broken promises from the developer. And in order to fix this, in 2005, Fable came out with what they called the Lost Chapters, which was a DLC version to the original game. And basically what happened is it included all the things that the devs said that they were going to kind of the devs made good on the things that they said that they were going to include in the game. And as soon as this DLC came out, like the Fable fandom kind of erupted. Like this was the game that everybody wanted, right?
Right.
So much so that Fable 2, which was released in 2008, ended up winning Game of the Year. So Fable 2 is just a critically acclaimed game. Again, it's another game where you're tasked with basically in this game, you're kind of it takes place 500 years after, so it's not like a direct correlation, but it kind of stays in the same genre. And basically what you're doing is you're tasked with stopping this former ruler gone mad from taking over the world. So a very, very cliche kind of fantasy tale, but it's still another great game. And then fast forward again even further, in 2016, Fable 3 releases, and that takes place 50 years after Fable 2 during the Industrial Revolution. So another great game. Fans really love this game. And then the downfall. Do you know what the downfall of the Fable series was?
No, I do not. Let's hear it.
It took place in 2012. Can you take a guess of what happened in the Microsoft and basically all gaming around that 2012 era?
In 2012, the new console generation.
Specifically, motion controllers. Remember? Yeah. Okay. So 2012 was when all of the consoles started introducing their motion controllers, right? So we had the Xbox Kinect, we had the PlayStation camera with the stupid wands and stuff like that. And the next Fable game that came out was Fable The Journey, and that was a spin-off that utilized the Xbox Kinect. And of course, like most games in that era, the motion controls were horrific, and that was the end of the series. And we haven't heard anything about Fable until right now.
Until now.
So let's go ahead and roll this trailer because this is Fable 4, and I'm actually super excited because I love this series, and it just got destroyed by Xbox Kinect.
Okay. Playground Games.
Okay.
So if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, that's my name.
Dave. That's me. I'm Dave.
That's right. If you guys are just listening on the Spotify, what we're seeing here is like a very it's almost like movie-esque. Don't you feel like it's almost like movie-esque?
Yeah, I do. It's got the elements of like a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's very fairy tale-esque, very movie-esque, and we're seeing a lot of things that are kind of going to let you know a little bit about the gameplay. So we're seeing sword fighting. We saw a clip of our main character throwing like fireballs, so you can see all these RPG style elements. But
That's what they are.
I think one of the things that's really great about it is Fable has this sense of humor that is like almost uncharacteristic in these style games, right? So you're going to be getting a very like legendary type tale, but with a lot of quirky humor, and I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Look at those pumpkins, dude.
They're massive. So in all the Fables are there giants versus like the people, like the little people? Is that Fable or is that just new to this one?
That's just new to this one. So what we're seeing right now, guys, is there's basically a monologue that's happening between one character, and you're seeing our main character, and now the big kind of reveal in this trailer is that the person giving the monologue was actually a giant, and our main character is kind of running around on the table, almost like a Jack and the Beanstalk style.
Yeah.
That's really what I thought it was, like Jack and the Beanstalk.
That's the best part. And so with the kind of going on to that, I kind of got the same kind of feel that's the Jack and the Beanstalk kind of situation. A lot of people like are not super excited about this game. Like there's negativity saying that this game doesn't feel like Fable. And I think part of that is I can't remember the specifics because I didn't write them down, but they were saying something along like the customization of the characters isn't how like they thought it should be. Like, because in the previous Fables, were you given a set character and like had some customization?
You were given a set character, but you did have some customization.
Yeah, and I think that was I don't know why that would be a negative thing. Because like you get to make the character how you want him to look. Like I think that's cool in a lot of games, even if it's like very simple. But also like you said, it looks fun and silly, and the way the monologue kind of went like is like. It seems like it's gonna be like giants versus like I don't want to call them little people. Like I'm gonna call them normal sized people against normal sized people.
Yeah,
and like the giants like I don't like heroes, and I think and you can kind of see it in the part of the trailer. It's like, and I think some of the normal sized people also don't like heroes because like you saw like your main character like somebody said something, she turned around with like disgust on her face, like saying like. Wait a minute, like I'm a hero here. Like, why do you hate me? So I think that's kind of fun the way they're going with that kind of story.
Yeah, and I think people are leaning a little bit too heavy on the Giants thing. I want to say that this is going to be this is still going to be an RPG that has very like a lot of different aspects to it. So I would not be surprised if the Giants aspect of it was only a small portion of it. And if they more or less kind of incorporated a bunch of different fairy tale things into the same game, and like the Giants was just a chapter, but they found a great way to make it like engaging in the trailer. So when you're saying like Giants versus normal sized people, I do think that's going to be, you know, like obviously a standout point in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't like the main storyline of the game.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
I can understand that. Okay, now, so I know, so from the research I did, is this still taking place in Albion? Is that the same
It is,
location?
yes, it is taking place in Albion still. And this is a good question because, like you were saying, is this a reboot? Is this a sequel? Is this a remake? That technically this is Fable 4, and it is taking place in Albion, and we're not getting a very specific timeline of when this is. So it's very hard to say whether this. Just looking at what we're seeing, I'm assuming that it's taking place after everything else because what we talked about was, the Fable 3 took place in the Industrial Revolution, and it does look like from what we've seen in the gameplay trailer that it's probably past that time, and
Okay.
they are calling it Fable 4. So I would say if you had to kind of categorize this game, it would be that this is a sequel. But a reboot sequel.
Like a requel.
Yeah, like a requel.
Yeah, so it's like a soft where you can play this one without playing the other ones.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the other ones took place so long ago. I mean, we're talking 2016 since Fable 3 dropped, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking nearly 8. By the time we get Fable 4, it'll be 8 years, almost a decade in between games. It's like this is Fable 4, but a rebooted version. So
It's gonna have to direct towards a new fan base because like a lot of like let's say like you and I we still play video games, but a lot of like people our age like they stop playing video games at a certain time. You know what I mean? Like people quit playing video games, and I think this is gonna have to cater to a newer audience and stuff like, but also giving the true fans something new. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the true fans are going to be excited about the game. I'm excited about the game as a fan of Fable. I know that the Fable community, for the most part, is pretty excited about the game. And like you said, it's going to have to cater to a new audience. And I think Fable is probably one of the franchises that probably has the best way to do that, just because of the just because of their content and their following. I mean, this is fairy tale stuff, you know what I mean? So it's very easy to get kind of a younger crowd into this, But I think I think what and this might just be totally way off topic, but I think like what a studio like Pixar, like take Pixar for example, right? They make movies for children, but they have enough of the content in the movies that adults watch them and like them. You know what I mean? And I think that's exactly what Fable does is they take like maybe a childish type subject, but make it mature enough for an older audience while still catering to a younger audience. So it's like something that everybody can enjoy.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, I can understand that. And now what's some of the negativity? Do you think it's just being nitpicky? Do you think that's what kind of some of this negativity is?
I think it's being nitpicky. I think also there's a little bit of a kind of worry here, just because it is being developed by Playground Games. You know what Playground is best known for?
As soon as you say it, I'm like, oh, duh.
Forza.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they're the studio behind Forza, so it's like
it's gonna be a racing simulator.
It's
Fable.
like this studio doesn't really have like a real a real great track record behind games like this. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the reason why that people are a little bit down on it. But other than that, I can't really see like why people are down on it, because looking at the trailer, it looks like a lot of fun. Like graphics wise, it looks great. Like it looks like it's going to have a lot of aspects that people are going to enjoy. So we saw the sword fighting, in the trailer. We saw the main character throwing the fire. We saw the main character climbing up the beanstalk, and like I think all of these scenes are going to be very, very cool and very, very fun to play.
Yeah, I think, and I kind of going off of like this could be a big step for Forza, or not Forza, Playground Games to get out of just racing simulators, and you know what I mean. So I'm excited because all those Forza games, they look great, and I think that's going to be something that Fable won't struggle with. You know what I mean? Like the feel of the game and the atmosphere of the game, I think is going to do well with Playground Games, like leading it, because all the Forza games look really fun. You know what I mean? Like this is the atmosphere, the scenery is also really good. So.
Yeah, I mean they do an amazing job at Forza. I mean, there's nothing that I can't really think of anything off the top of my head where I'm like Forza screwed up on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's definitely a racing game that looks amazing, that just really immerses you in the experience. And I think if they can carry that over into an RPG style, like
Mhm.
it could be really, really amazing. I can also see how it could flop because they don't have any
Like
experience.
track record, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have any track record, but I think if they pull it off, it could be a really, really great game.
Yeah, I agree. Because this is one I'm actually like, after watching it, like I said, I've never really seen Fable, but some of the videos I watched, it showed me gameplay of like older Fables. Like, why had I never played this? Because this looks really fun. This looks like something I'd actually want to play. So I will probably hop off of here at some point and like, oh, let's see if I can play Fable. So,
Yeah,
but
check out.
is
Go.
Fable, is it open world or is it kind of like a linear, like open directional kind of thing where you can, but it's not true open world?
It's not a true open world. It's a linear open world. So think of it almost like an Assassin's Creed. It's an open world, but you have very specific places that you need to go at certain times.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like the whole thing is not open world.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Do you think that's what they'll switch it to with being like the playground games and things like that?
I think they probably are going to make this open world, just because of the ability to make such an immense, like diverse, creative world.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a game that should be open world,
Okay.
but um, open world in the sense of like Hogwarts. Like Hogwarts was a
Yeah.
great open world. You know what I mean? But they very clearly steered you in the right directions. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't you were never playing Hogwarts and like guessing on where you needed to go. You know
Right.
what I mean? It was always very simple. So
Yeah.
I feel like they would be at a disservice not making an open world for this
Mhm.
game because just the amount of content and like things that they have to work with. I think they could make a really cool, immense open world that you'd want to just explore. Like you might not even want to. And I talk about this all the time. Like, so I used to load up Red Dead Redemption and like not play the game at all. I would just be riding around on a horse, like
Mhm.
like I
Mhm.
just enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I think they should make it open world.
Yeah, I think it's going to make it more immersive, and just like given how they do with Forza, it will be immersive in terms of like the world, the atmosphere, the scenery, like the setting. It's going to be really cool. So
Yeah, I think it'd be really, really cool. It should be amazing. If the Forza team, aka Playground Studio, does pull it off, I think it's going to be great. It is, again, real quick, it is technically Fable 4. And what they kind of said here is that they're aiming to build on the legacy left behind by Lionshead Studios, which created the original trilogy.
mhm.
So I do think they're going to hold strong with the franchise. It is going to be another game. They're going to hold true with these decisions that you make in this game are really, really going to matter and really, really affect the storyline. And I think it's going to give you a crazy world. It's going to give you some great gameplay, obviously amazing graphics, super immersive, and it's going to have a lot of replayability because you can jump through and make these decisions, multiple times and have
Mhm.
different stories every single time.
That sounds good to me. I like replayability.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Exactly. All right, so we're both excited for this game, and now moving on to our movie of the night. Dave, you brought this up to me. This movie is Thanksgiving, which will be out by the time of this episode releasing, but we kind of want to share our thoughts and kind of dive into it a little bit. So, Dave, should we just jump right into the trailer with this one?
Let's just jump right into the trailer with this one. Thanksgiving, the movie.
Happy Thanksgiving. By the time this episode rolls out, like we said, it will be out. And so if you're just watching, you're just getting a feel of Thanksgiving. It looks very like cozy and happy. Until this lady pops up. And
Oof.
there's food and they're being dressed in food and stuff. Like she's gonna be cooked like a turkey. So
Don't you love how we need to make every holiday into some horrific?
yeah, and I don't understand. So it looks like there was an issue with Black Friday, and kind of what it seems like it is revenge of somebody who died because of something these teenagers and other characters did. That's the feel I'm getting, and it just seems ridiculous. It almost feels like a Scream, like Thanksgiving version. Oh yeah, yeah. Jeez. And, yeah, so it looks like the pilgrim. Oh, this makes me cringe. Where she's like frozen and like trying to peel away. Oh, no
God.
thanks. Yikes.
Oh my god, dude! Doesn't the mask remind you of V for Vendetta?
Yeah, it does. It definitely does.
The guy, what's his name? Guy something. Guy Fieri. No, that's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah. Oh, this makes me cringe too. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that makes me cringe.
Oh jeez, that part.
Dude, and it's the corn holders.
Yeah. The corn cob holders. Yeah, no thanks.
Guys, if you're just listening on the Spotify, but basically what happens is, those those little yellow corn holders that you stick on the side of your corn on the cob so you can eat it. He just like jabbed it in this girl's ear.
Yeah. That's my fear.
That's your worst fear.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Geez.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was in the trailer.
Oh man, but yeah, it just kind of gives me the feel of like Thanksgiving version of Scream.
Thanksgiving Scream.
Yeah, essentially what I feel. And then cooking this lady like a turkey.
Oh my god.
But the turkey's already dead at this point. It's just creepy. Just ridiculous is the better word that I should say.
Will you go see this movie?
Will I go see this movie? I think I have to at this point because we're talking about it, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on it. But it looks kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie; it's not a movie I'd generally go see. But like I said, what it seems like is something happened on Black Friday, and it sounds like a character that had somebody die or something happened to them, and they want revenge of something the teenagers did, and that's why they're being targeted. And I just think it looks ridiculous.
I have a lot to say. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay. All right. So to start off, Thanksgiving, the movie, will be out on November 17th. So at the time that this episode drops, it may be already in theaters, so you can go check it out. It is directed by Eli Roth, who did Hostel and Cabin Fever.
Ooh, Hostel is a good movie.
Yeah, two pretty good horror movies. I really like Eli Roth as a director. Do you know where this idea came from?
Can I take a guess?
You can guess. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's gonna be something along the lines like people are ruining Thanksgiving by like, oh, Black Friday's right after.
No, do you know like where this came from, like where this spawned from? This has been a thing before.
No.
Okay, so do you remember the Quentin Tarantino movie Grindhouse?
No.
So Quentin Tarantino put out a movie called Grindhouse, and in Grindhouse, it was a throwback to like 1970s double features. And in that movie Grindhouse, you basically, what happened was when you went to go see this movie, you were actually going to see two movies. And so what would happen is they would play some fake trailers. Then they would play movie number one. It was called Planet Terror. And that was, do you remember the chick that had the machine gun as a leg? Do you remember that movie? Okay, so that was Planet Terror, where that chick had a machine gun as a leg. And then they would play some more spoofy trailers. And then they would play the second movie, which was Death Trap. Do you remember Death Trap?
Nope.
Or Death Proof, sorry, Death Proof.
Oh, nope.
That was the car movie with Kurt Russell, where he was like chasing them around in the car.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, all right. So basically what happened is this Thanksgiving movie was one of the fake trailers in the Grindhouse movie.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. And do you know what other fake trailer was in that movie?
No,
has since become a movie. You love this movie.
I do?
Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh, Oh, really?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That is a good movie. Or a
Hobo-
terribly good but bad movie.
A terribly good but bad movie. So Hobo with the Shotgun and Thanksgiving were one of the fake trailers that were in this Quentin Tarantino Grindhouse movie.
Gotcha.
Another one being Machete, which is another movie that came out. So basically all of these trailers have turned into movies.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, I thought that
Are
was
there
really
any
funny.
more that are going to turn into movies, you think?
I think
That you can remember?
all of the trailers have been as soon as Thanksgiving comes out. I think all of the trailers in this movie, except for Rob Zombie's, I forget what Rob Zombie's one was, but Rob Zombie did a trailer for that movie. It was like the witches of. I'm going to drop it in the comments, but that's the only one that has not been turned into a movie yet.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but the actual story that about why this all happens is if you go back into this deranged person's past, right?
Yep.
Basically, where he lived, his father had turkeys, and he developed a very special bond thinking that the turkeys were his pets. And then one Thanksgiving, he watched his pet turkey get murdered and then had to eat it.
Oh, man. So that's the reason why this guy is like this?
Yes, and that event made him go crazy. He ended up killing his entire family. And then now we have this madness that ensues where he is now this Pilgrim Thanksgiving serial killer.
Interesting. He wants to eat all the people. Oh, that's
insane.
not where I thought this movie was going to go, and that makes it even weirder and not. I just don't understand. Oh man, some of the things that people come up with for like movies and horror movies is just ridiculous, and this is just one of them.
It's crazy that we have to take every single holiday and just like make it into a horrific thing. Like, remember they did the same thing with what was the one movie? Black Christmas.
Yep.
Remember Black Christmas? Or
they've made so much with Christmas though.
Yeah, what's the other one? The Santa, the Klaus or something with the Santa with the fingers and stuff like that. Yep. That's crazy. Yep. I think it's gonna be another one of these movies, but I'm actually kind of super excited for it because I love Scream. I think Scream's a great movie, and I think comparing this to Scream is a great kind of comparison.
Yeah, it's the Thanksgiving Scream. So let us know if you've seen it by the time we've watched this episode, but I'm interested to see how this movie turns out. This might be a once it comes on Netflix watch for me, but I don't know yet. So
it might be a stream for me too, but I think it's definitely a movie that I'm gonna want to check out. Yeah. It's gonna be super fun. If you're a fan of horror movies, definitely go check this one out because there is a little bit of we just passed Halloween, so there's gonna be, and then we're heading into Christmas season, so there is gonna be a little bit of a drought in the horror kind of genre.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of horror movies, go check this one out. Super, 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 super funny. Eli Roth, super underrated director, so I can't imagine this movie actually being bad. The storyline behind it, like we talked about, is a little goofy, but I mean, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. All it is supposed to make people scared and not sleep very well, and whatever.
Yeah. Some of the greatest horror movies of all time have just ridiculously stupid plot lines. Like people love Michael Myers, and people love Freddy and Jason and stuff like that. It's like at some point it doesn't even matter. So yeah, this movie will most likely be out by the time that you guys are listening to this episode. So if you're a horror movie fan, go check it out.
Yeah. And let us know your thoughts on it too.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on it. I'm curious to hear your reviews.
All right, Dave. You ready?
I'm born ready.
Okay, so we're going to do I almost said blind ranking, but we are going to do a Thanksgiving draft, given that Thanksgiving's next weekend. We're talking about Thanksgiving, the movie. Thanksgiving foods draft of our favorite foods of Thanksgiving.
In the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
And to make my belly rumble.
Yep, we are dinner next up.
I didn't eat dinner yet either, so I'm super excited to do this draft because I'm just gonna be all excited. Let's go ahead and flip the coin because I think we all know the number one answer, and let's see who's gonna get it.
Two-Face. You won?
I
won. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there's no place else to go. I gotta take the turkey.
Ah, gosh darn it! That's my number one.
I gotta take it. You gotta take the turkey. You gotta
Some
take the
people
turkey.
don't like turkey. All right, well, if you're taking turkey, I'm taking stuffing as my number one pick.
Ooh, he's going with the stuffing.
I love the stuffing.
I actually don't love the stuffing.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. It's just like
gotcha.
the bread is like warm and like wet and
Actually, I don't ever think of it as bread. Like I don't know why, but I don't.
yeah. I think of it as just like mushy bread.
Yeah. I
All right,
understand.
whatever. You can have it. All right,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, my second pick. If Adam's taking stuffing, I gotta go mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. See, I'm not a huge mashed potato guy.
You're not a mashed potato guy?
It's I know it's like mushy potatoes. So like that's the same feel. I do like it with gravy, I guess, but that's not my like number one choice. But
They're delicious.
And my next one is rolls.
You're taking
My
the
second-
rolls?
Yeah, my second pick is rolls.
Dang it. That was going to be my next pick.
Specifically, the Hawaiian rolls, and you get them a little hot and make a little
Ooh.
turkey sandwich. Oh man, that's so good.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Then you can do the gravy dip.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
You know what's
I'm
up.
I'm so hungry. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, I'm going to take the cranberry sauce. I got to do it. Cranberry sauce for me is like candy corn. You know, when you get it once a year, it's fantastic for that one day, and then you're kind of over it. But yeah, for one day out of the year, let me get that cranberry sauce.
All right, this is probably, I don't know if it's super common, and I was gonna put like desserts as like my thing, but that's kind of cheating because I was like, whatever. So
I
my
have
third
desserts on my
pick
list. You can take desserts.
as like one dessert or like all desserts.
Oh, you can't take all desserts.
See, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to say desserts in general, but that's cheating. So my third pick is sugar cookies, and specifically, like I don't get them anymore, but they like literally, it's at our house is like, or our family Thanksgiving is like it literally melts like as you take a bite.
It's like like that gooey sugar cookies.
Not even gooey. Like they have like it's like the cookies that have like a outer crunch, and then it's soft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it melts. It's so good, but we don't get those anymore. So
we're gonna make guys. We're gonna do a live where we make cookies.
Yeah, who has the best cookies? All right.
Okay. Number 4. This one might be a bit obscure. But I'm gonna take the green bean casserole.
I thought that might show up. So
do you know which one I'm talking about? The green beans
with the French onions, like the crunchy onions.
Oh yeah, with the crunchy onions on.
That's very popular where I'm from.
And I don't even like green beans. I don't like cooked vegetables at all. There's something about cooked vegetables that taste like. Maybe it's a texture thing or they're like really mushy, but you go ahead and put that in some cream and mushroom soup with some onion drizzles.
See, I don't like it at all. I don't like onions though, and I don't like mushrooms, so no thanks for me. All right, my fourth pick, is it fourth? Are we in fourth?
Yeah, you're on fourth. Yeah.
My fourth pick is I already said ham. I'm taking ham.
You're taking ham?
Yeah, we have ham at our Thanksgiving. It's so good. Like ham and turkey. Because some people in our family don't like turkey, so they do ham as well. So I get the best of both worlds.
Wait, you get ham and turkey?
Yeah. It's quite awesome.
On the same day?
Same day.
Draft over. Adam wins. What the hell? Okay. Just sitting here waiting for my invitation for ham turkey dinner.
You're invited, man. You're invited. Come on down.
That's insane. Ham and turkey on the same day?
Same day.
I'm going to have to I'm going to have to make that a tradition in my family.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you ever do a ham turkey on a roll?
I do, actually.
Yeah, ham and turkey on the roll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, me too. We probably shouldn't do this. We're sorry if you're listening to this and now you can't eat, but we're excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, with my very last pick, I am going to take the grape salad. Do you have grape salad?
I think we do, but it's like whipped cream, grapes, and all of that stuff. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, with the macadamia nuts and like the yogurt and stuff.
Yeah, not for me,
bro.
I'm sorry.
You were just crapping on all my favorite.
I just don't like whipped cream. So
Adam, I love you very much, but you are not invited to my Thanksgiving dinner. And it's not because I don't want you present. It's just because you're not going to enjoy anything that we eat.
Oh, shoot. All right. My fifth pick, it's kind of hard because I actually don't get this very often at my Thanksgiving, but you know what? I'll pick something else. So at my wife's Thanksgiving, so for my fifth pick, I'm gonna do meatballs, like barbecue meatballs.
You get meatballs too?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, get out of
It's-
here.
It's a great Thanksgiving.
You have turkey, ham, and meatballs.
Barbecue meatballs with the like they put the grape jelly and the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, barbecue sauce with the grape jelly.
Yeah, that's what we get. So that's my fifth pick. Come on over, Dave.
Oh, I love my family so much. Your dinner sounds better though.
Yeah. But so that's funny that's our foods that we like the most. But it's funny that like every house is different. Like a lot of people do mac and cheese and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Or we didn't say pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is huge for my family. Like people love pumpkin pie.
Apple pie's huge too. I know
Yeah.
people really get down on the pies. I don't like pie. Do you like
I don't
pie?
either. Not at all.
I don't like
to be
I don't
honest.
like not at all. I don't like it at
Especially,
all.
like the texture of pie in general.
Yeah, and I think the crust is like when I think of a dessert, I don't think pie crust. Like it's so
Yeah.
bland. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I
I
agree.
just feel like if I'm wasting these calories, I should be eating something that tastes better. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's how I feel when I eat pie.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
We
so-
are team no pie here.
no pie. No pie. I'm like
Unless
I like brownies.
Yeah, brownies is good. I will take a slice of pie if there's ice cream though, because it gives me a reason to get the ice cream, and
Yeah.
then I'll just kind of like middle the pie, and I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
good stuff
I'm
time.
done. Yep. All right, Dave. Since that is our family Thanksgiving, I found a list of the 10 most popular Thanksgiving foods, and I want you to try to guess them.
Try to guess them.
Yep. That's
Oh
it. That's all.
no. Okay.
And I'll tell you where you put them.
Well, I mean, obviously, number one is turkey.
Sorry, sides.
Side dishes only. Ooh.
Top 10 most popular side dishes at Thanksgiving.
Okay. Mac and cheese. You said
That's number 2.
number 2. Number 1.
You don't have to
Mashed
say
pot-
you don't have to say the number. You don't have to say the
Oh,
number.
okay.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
That is 4.
Stuffing.
Number 1.
Are they counting gravy?
They are not.
They are not counting gravy.
No
okay.
gravy.
Cranberry sauce.
That is number 7.
The rolls.
Number 5.
Are they counting desserts?
Maybe, kind of.
Maybe
I don't know if it's a
kind
dessert.
of.
I don't know if it's a dessert. I don't think
I'm gonna go with. Is there another meat on there?
No meats.
No meats on there. I'm gonna go with the green beans.
Green bean casserole.
You go, yeah, green bean
That's 3.
casserole.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with corn.
Cream corn is number 10.
Let's go. I'm doing so good, dude. I'm
2
doing
more?
so
2 more?
good.
I don't
2
think you're gonna
more.
get these next 2.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. Give me a hint. Is it a vegetable?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with squash.
Nope.
Yams.
That's number 9. Canned yams.
Let's go. And then the last one. Is it also a vegetable?
Yes.
Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, number 8. Yeah, you did pretty good. Good job. Out of all those, you added was it 2 extra? You added gravy and
Yeah, I
One
added
other thing.
gravy and one other thing. That's, dude.
impressive.
I'm
impressed.
I'm
Good
impressed.
job. Good job. Yeah.
Go ahead and just dust it off.
Pat
dust
yourself
off
on
the
the
shoulder.
back, buddy.
Let's go.
Pat yourself
Let's
on
go.
the back. Yeah, I would never have Brussels sprouts or candy yams or cream corn or basically any of that. Oh wait, we missed one more. One more. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, we missed one. Sorry. We got 9.
Oh dang.
I
probably-
think it's a vegetable again. I've never seen this anywhere.
A
It's a
vegetable in
casserole.
a casserole.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss.
Sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato.
Yeah, I've never heard of that or even seen that.
Aren't sweet potatoes and yams the same thing though?
That's what I would think, but not according
Yeah.
to this list. So
Huh.
we'll give it to you. You got all of them.
We got all of them. We're counting sweet
Yeah.
potatoes as yams.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes are yams.
Yeah. Yeah. Are
That's it.
they?
That's-
Question?
That's an awesome T-shirt for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, moving forward to this game.
Let's get on to the game because I'm
Yeah.
salivating and my
Yeah,
stomach is
right. We gotta
rumbling now.
keep perusing. All right, Dave. The day before, the game that's fake, the game that a lot of fans and critics are not sure if it is like going to be a good game at all, and because a lot of things have happened with this game, a lot of lies, a lot of delays, and I think there's a lot of bad to this game.
Let's go ahead and roll the trailer first.
Yeah,
I think
we can do that.
I think because are you gonna talk poorly about this game?
I'm hit or miss. Like, I have poor things to say about it, but I'm also kind of excited for something like this, if that makes sense.
I'm in the same exact boat, and I think before we get into that type of thing, I think people maybe need to see a little bit about what we're talking about.
Yep.
But I understand why people are upset about this game, but also I think this is a type of game that I have been waiting for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this game reminds me of?
No.
I Am Legend.
Okay, it does kind of. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you?
If it plays the trailer here, it's not playing.
So the I Am Legend, I always thought I Am Legend would be like a great kind of game, like, and they just never made it into a game, and I'm getting the same kind of like I Am Legend vibes from this, and I'm super excited for it, and like I understand why people are, maybe a little hesitant about it, but I do think, I do think concept wise, it is going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of people were excited at first because of how cool this game could and should be. But there's been a lot of lies in terms of like what this game is supposed, or like what the game was gonna be and when it was gonna come out, and so I think that's why a lot of people are skeptical about what this game's gonna be. But here's the trailer. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So like right off the bat, like the things I don't like about this game is the cars. Like, that does not make sense. Lamborghinis in a post-apocalyptic, yeah, you'll find Lamborghinis, but that's just not a functional car for this kind of situation.
Yeah, but okay, all right, guys. If you guys are just listening, what we're looking at is a very deserted city. And right now your main character is being awoken up, but we did see like a lot of different cutscenes real quick. It's very apocalyptic. This is a very apocalyptic game, and there was a scene where the cars were driving around and stuff like that, and it's like, I get it, the Lamborghini isn't it's not the most what am I trying to say? It's not the most fitting choice, but also like, if you look at I Am Legend, what did he drive?
That's true. He drove whatever he wanted.
He was whipping around in the Mustang GT. It's like, if you had your choice in an apocalyptic world, it's like, you're not taking the Dodge Caravan, you're taking the Ferrari.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose that's true. And and the one thing I do like about this game is like you'll have the option to like you'll fight against players, you'll fight against zombies, and I think that's really cool. And the gunplay, it seems like it's going to be pretty intense, pretty like realistic. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm at a loss, right? Because like you look at the gameplay. So yeah, again, guys, if you're just listening, we're looking at the gameplay, and it looks. I don't see anything glaringly wrong with the game. Do you see anything glaringly wrong with the game?
A lot of people says pre-rendered things. It's not actual real gameplay and things like that. Like, it's just like pre-rendered stuff, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. So like one of the things,
this is the stuff I don't get. So right now you just saw a spa and the weight room, and I'm like, why? I think that's
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah,
I think that's kind of silly. And
we're definitely gonna talk about
again.
Yeah, here's whipping through.
The mechanics of the cars don't look all that good. Like, you see how they turn. Like, it seems very like.
It looks like
bad.
GTA. It's not like the cars are.
GTA, I think they drive much better than what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then given like you get your own ranch, okay, that's cool, but like using your coins to buy the furniture and stuff, you like that?
I love that.
I like having my own ranch, but like I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know.
I
Like it's
love
nice to have a
that.
base, but I guess
It's great to have a customizable base. We talk about this all the time. I love
that's
customizing my
true.
base. I love
That's true.
customizing my base more than I love customizing my character.
All right, all right. And the it's gonna be December 7th. They said early access, and it's going to be, I believe, $39, and then when it becomes full release, it'll be $49. But and so a lot of things that happened with this game, kind of going into that a little bit, is so it was announced 2 years ago. They got all the hype, saying they promised a whole bunch of things, which I don't have all the specifics of what they promised. They gave specific dates of when it would be released. No gameplay ever really shown until now. Delay after delay after delay. Part of that delay is they switched from the engine that they were using to Unreal Engine 5. And it seems like it should be really cool. And I'm pretty excited about that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it has potential to be a really cool and engaging game. An MMO, it's not known on how big of an MMO it'll be. It could be like 10 people, hundreds of people, hopefully a lot of people.
Okay, here's the thing. This is not the style of game for me.
Yeah.
In the typical sense of things. And there's
Yeah.
a few reasons why. Now, I talked about some good stuff that I do like about the game. I do like the I Am Legend style of atmosphere. I do like that you get your own ranch and that you can customize your stuff, and that there's going to be a lot of things for you to do. And the basics from what I have kind of gathered from this game is this is basically kind of like a zombie survival, but like resource grab. So
Yeah.
your kind of idea for this game is to be going into, exploring the apocalyptic town, gathering resources and bringing them back to your base and stuff like that.
Yeah, so what it's kind of like is it's like a DayZ Escape from Tarkov mix. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's probably the perfect way to put it. And now that, I've talked about the things that I do kind of like about this game, I'm going to talk about the things that I don't like about this game. And number one is going to be, how long before you get bored of doing this?
I don't know, because, and that's kind of, I was going to go there as well, because like you're finding the stuff to get the in-game currency, and then you spend the in-game currency on stuff that really doesn't matter. Like I feel like there's no driving to, like it doesn't seem like there's a real story to it aside from getting and then giving. Does it make sense? Like getting. Like I think that's just going to be the cycle of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a cycle, and we talked about this all the time. It's like, I need an end goal. Like, what is my end goal in this game? And I feel like this game does not have an end goal. And it's obviously going to be at the price point that it's at. And I don't want to say obviously, but in my heart of hearts, I feel like it's very clearly going to be microtransactions.
I could see that.
Yeah. Do you want to use your in-game coin from collecting a bunch of resources throughout the game, or do you want to take advantage
hours to do it? Yeah.
Or do you want to take advantage of our $19.99 special, where you can just buy 2,000 in-game coins right now? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be
we'll throw in a car for you as well. A nice blue Lamborghini that you won't be able to get the Lamborghini unless you pay the $19.99 for this pack. So
yeah, it's like, do you want a lock on your door? Well, that's going to be $4.
So I hope it's not that bad, but I could see like it's going to be the situation where it's like you can either spend 10 hours to play the game to get 5,000 coins, or you can spend $50 and get 5,000 coins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope it doesn't turn into something that bad, but and a lot of what this game feels like to me is it feels very generic in a way. Like I feel like they're just slapping stuff together, like the spa, the gyms. You know what? Let's throw in your ranch, because who cares about the city as long as you have somewhere to escape and be safe and make it your own. But also you got to get strong with the weight room and playing a little 2K action. You drink some Gatorade, do some bench press, and now your 10 points of strength go up. Or I don't know, and it's hard to see where this game's gonna go. And I think partially this is it, and the developers are also had a history of abandoning games. I can't remember the specific name of I'm blanking, but they made the game called Prop Night, and they just abandoned that, which was a
Yep.
successful, like fun, goofy game. But this is a game that you can't just make and then quit. Like this is a game that you're going to have to keep putting content out. And given how things are going, I don't think they'll be able to hold on long enough to give like fans like consecutive or like consistent content to hold on like a player base.
Yeah. And I think this is probably a good, iteration here, is that I don't know if they're going to, based on their track record and what we've seen already, I don't know if they're going to even get a big enough fan base to give them a try. And it's like, we talked about this is this amazing idea, and I think the execution has just been done very, very poorly. And there's so much bad stuff coming out about this game that I don't know if this game is going to have the fan base to even get it off get the legs underneath it that it needs. And this is a MMO survival game. Like it needs, you need people to play this game. And I don't
otherwise
think that
it's going to be a single player option.
Yeah. And I don't think that they're going to get these people. And just a couple of the things, it's like, people were throwing around how lazy this studio can be. And I do see it. I do see it in what we've seen so far released from this game. It's like they've taken, if you look around at some of the cars and stuff like in the world, you've seen that they've taken these cars directly from like, digital purchasing things. Like they bought a digital car for $40 and they plopped it all throughout, all throughout their gameplay. Same car, didn't change anything. It's like their title scene is clearly The Last of Us. Like they clearly just copied The Last of Us with their title scene. I've even seen so much so where people were kind of comparing their one original trailer to the Call of Duty Black Ops trailer, and they were going through like frame by frame and showing exactly how it was the same. And I'm just like, wow, okay. Like, I usually give people the benefit of a doubt, but like that is a blatant ripoff. So I don't know. I think the idea is amazing and I want to be able to like give it some love, but I don't know if I can.
I've played a game very similar to what this game is supposed to be like, and I'm not supposed to say what game that is, but yeah. I played something like this, and I honestly I feel like that's like, just given what I have played, it's the Division Heartland. I don't know if I'm not gonna say much more than that. From what I have played though, is like I think that just what I've seen from the day before, Division is doing it much better.
Really?
If that makes sense, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. And like you said, there's negative things about this game, but there's also things that I think look really cool, like the gameplay, like the mechanics of the guns. I think it's cool, and the customization of the guns is really neat. I think that's gonna be a good, like that's a pro of this game, I think. And we already went over the like gimmicky stuff, but one thing, kind of saying the lazy aspect, the setting of the location is lazy to me. I mean, it's like the East Coast. How many games have done the East Coast? Like you can probably count 50 games that have been on the East Coast. Like I honestly could probably name 50 games that have been staged in the East Coast, like New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think
it needs to be like, I'm over New York. Sorry, I love New York. I worked, like I lived around there, but like, can I please get like, and like you look at GTA, who's in Los Angeles, or like, it's awesome. Like that, it's one of the better like open world games because nobody does the West Coast very often. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of East Coast stuff, and I just, I don't want to say it's laziness again, because I feel like we're just kind of leaning on this laziness crutch. But I mean, it's I Am Legend. I mean, I Am Legend took place in New York. Yeah. So it makes sense that they would make this game take place in New York. I'm surprised you don't have a dog companion.
You might. DLC or $20 for you get yourself a dog zombie companion.
You get yourself a dog zombie companion for $20. So I don't know. And the thing with the survival aspect of the game is, like, we talk about this all the time. There's a point in which you take it too far. And I feel like this game took it too far. Like, you're trying to get a crowd of people that are really into like survival, like zombie, like shooter games, and you want to take them to the aspect of like, okay, this is a zombie shooter game, but it's called like it would be a hodgepodge of a zombie shooter and like The Sims. It's like before you can go shoot zombies, your character has to go to the bathroom and you need to do 12 minutes on the treadmill, and your character is very hungry, sir. You need to eat a sandwich before you can go shoot zombies. And it's like, I don't know how good that's gonna do, dude.
Yeah, I kind of agree, and that's, I will say, like those kinds of games. So even DayZ, like all like making sure, or even Tarkov, like they do this. Like you have to have like, you have to worry about your weight. You have to worry about like drinking water. It's like, I don't want to have to worry about drinking water in a game. Like if I'm going to drink water, it's going to be on my desk and I'm sipping on my own water. Like I don't need to do that in a game. I know like people want that realism aspect of things, but not me. Like I hate that aspect of these kinds of games.
I forget to drink water for my own body. I don't want to do it for a video game.
Yeah,
you should,
exactly.
You should, if you want to do me a favor, you should put a little message up in the top corner, like, "Yo, you've been playing for 4 hours. You should probably drink something."
Yeah,
Like,
take a break. You know, like the Wii always says, "Do you need to rest?" Like that's what they need to start doing. Like, all right, your character doesn't need to drink water, but we're gonna pause your game until you verify you've drinking water.
Yeah, like we don't care about your character. We're more concerned about you. It's you. This character has not stopped moving in 6 hours, and we're pretty sure that you haven't drank anything. Like, that's what I need out of a survival MMO.
I don't know. I'm skeptical, but also like this will be a game that I'll wait till it goes on like a review, and then also like on sale maybe. But who knows? Maybe I'll get it so I can review it for everybody and kind of hit the yay or nay for everybody. But as of right now, I'm not too sure. A lot of people aren't too sure, and I'm hoping that they can kind of turn it around for us, because it's such a cool concept and such a cool idea. But I think other people are doing it and doing it better.
Yeah, this is going to be a game that I'm passing on. I would love to check out an Adam review on this one, or even an Adam live on this one, playing this out, checking this out, seeing what we could do with it. But just as a as Let's Talk Nerdy, I think we try to have your best interest in mind, and I would say you should even if you are excited about this, you should probably hold off and just wait like give it a month and make sure that this game doesn't go crashing down and you just lose all of your money. Like, make sure it's actually going to stick around as a game before you invest in it. I think that's the biggest
thing you have to do with this game, is just given how people, or not how the developers have already sold it to have hype, and then they like lost the player base basically, or like the fan base and the hype behind it. And I think it's going to be one of those things that you got to make sure they're going to continue to like release content instead of a one and done kind of deal, because that's what kind of kills this kind of game. So
yeah, if they don't keep up on it, they have to keep up on it. And if they don't, they're not going to keep up with it if they don't get the player base, and if they don't fix some things, they won't get the player base. And it's just there's a lot of dominoes that all need to kind of fall in line to make something like this work. And I just I don't want to see you guys get screwed out of $40 for a game that shuts down in 3 weeks. So maybe just hold off for a second and make sure that in a month this is still actually a game.
Exactly. All right. Now, to survive a zombie apocalypse, you have to have certain things, right?
Let's do the fun part of talking about the zombie apocalypse game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the zombie apocalypse draft.
Like items draft, like things you need to survive.
Things that you need to survive a zombie apocalypse draft.
Flip it. Two-Face.
Or I'm just pre-referencing, or things that you would just like to have during a zombie apocalypse. Okay. Dang it.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
I'm going weapon first. So my first pick for the survival tools for the zombie apocalypse is a bow and arrow.
He's going bow and arrow.
And the reason being is because like ammo's harder to make, like actual rounds for like a gun is harder to make than like a bow and arrow. Like you can make bow arrows of other things rather than, you know what I mean? You can use a stick and a rock.
That's incredibly intelligent, dude. I never even thought, wow. Well done. I kind of thought you were going to take bow and arrow just because you love bows and arrows, but you actually put some science behind it.
I put a lot of science between all this stuff.
Okay. Well, I obviously did not put any science behind mine because my number one pick is gonna be give me that shotty. There's no
Okay.
better zombie mowing weapon than a shotgun. You just you need that extra oomph to push them back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking that. I want
All
that.
right.
I want that action.
I put a lot of thought into mine. So my next one is like portable. Oh, sorry, my second pick is portable solar panels.
Okay, all right.
Because
Let's go.
There'll be tons of electric cars, there'll be tons of that kind of things, like stuff that will need electricity at some point. And I thought solar panels, I can, instead of saying, hey, I just want something that's electric, I want electric panels so I can take wherever there is something I need powered.
Adam's gonna win this draft, y'all.
Yeah. I'm surviving, Dave.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my second pick, I will be taking a yacht. And for the very simple reason of zombies can't swim.
You better have a fishing pole in that yacht.
Better have a what?
A fishing pole. Because how are you going to eat?
I'll just dock it and like go get supplies and then go back.
How are you going to have fuel out there?
just let me have my yacht.
You're going to have the yacht. Well, my third pick is water purifier. Got to make sure I can drink water because those plants won't be running. So I got to make sure,
Adam did such a good job and I did so poorly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, I will be taking a tank because now I can park my yacht and then get into the tank and then I'm good.
All right. That's so funny. Until that tank makes too much noise and that your zombies are on top of you, wait until you come out and then you're screwed.
It doesn't matter. I'll drive into a burning
until
building.
You run out of gas.
Listen.
Right.
Okay. Adam is going to survive the zombie apocalypse. I'm going to have a lot of fun for like 4 days.
Yeah, you're going to die in style. All right, my fourth pick to go along with my solar panels is an electric car. That way I can get around. A reinforced electric car.
My list is so stupid. Number 4, I'm going to take a suit of armor because then they can't bite me.
Hey, that's actually not a bad idea. But
imagine me getting out of my tank in a full suit of armor.
Yeah. You'll be... I like it. All right. My final pick for this zombie apocalypse item draft is a machete because I will need a weapon to, fast swing to like get through stuff,
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so going to win this draft. Ladies and gentlemen, with my last pick, I will be taking night vision goggles. I guess they're not for those. I guess they're not really going to be helpful, but how sweet would it be to just get out of a tank in a full suit of armor with night vision goggles?
You're more prepared for like World War II or World War III rather than a zombie apocalypse.
Okay. This is a lot like the ghost draft, all right?
Yeah, all right. But I will say though, like we can combine forces and we'll make an electric tank out of.
Oh, with your ingenuity and my frivolous spending, we are gonna have the most exciting, productive time in the zombie apocalypse ever.
I like it. So that was our items for zombie apocalypse. Let us know in the comments below, like what you would have for your zombie apocalypse items, and would you out-survive Dave? Because I think anybody would at this point.
Listen. I'm gonna look after this episode. I'm gonna look up how far you can travel on a full tank of gas and a yacht.
And a tank. All right, moving on. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that one.
That was a good one.
All right, our last game and topic of the night. It is called Always in Mind. I think we just pulled the trailer up with this one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just pull the trailer up because this one
is seems like relaxing and fun. That's the kind of vibe I got from it. So let's pull it up right now.
This is small studio game. So guys, if you're just listening, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, this is I'm trying to figure out a great way to
It's
kind of
very,
explain this. It's
it's got
almost
an
like
adventure feel, but a very like calming and like just fun to look at. It's kind of like, remember we talked about Haunty?
yes,
It's just
yeah.
very fun to look at. It looks very fun to play, essentially.
It's like a painting coming to life.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the style that it looks like. It looks like
Yeah.
almost like an illustration or a painting coming to life,
Yep.
and it looks as though it's gonna be like a puzzle platformer.
Mm-hmm.
But like Adam said, a very relaxing one, and I think
Yeah.
I I think people really do enjoy playing these games, and I really do enjoy playing these games that are much more just kind of like a very chill experience. So I'm excited for this one. It looks
Yeah.
really, really cool.
And it's funny. So we were trying to find one last topic, and it was funny right before we were going to do this episode last week, and we're like, this game just like announced. It's just on like IGN, and I was like, this game looks really cool and very relaxing, kind of like we've been talking about. Art style is really cool. It's going to be a narrative game, and so what I read, and it's going to have like a feel good like atmosphere, like makes you feel good as you play, and essentially like the players must escape their own mind using like powers and things like that, living out family stories. And you're playing as Teddy, who is a boy who's 12, who's actually he fell and then he's in a coma now. And what I think this and you're gonna like bond with this AI or something like that. And what I think this game is, so it's like trapped in your mind. I think the idea is like this kid can still hear everything outside of him, and he's hearing these stories that his families are talking to him like while he's in this coma. And I think that's kind of where they're trying to go with it. And like the out of the mind part is like you're trying to like wake yourself back up.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the gist that I get to it.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about the AI, so there's basically this thing is it's the way that they're interacting with that is there's an AI implant that this kid
Mm-hmm.
has, and it's basically allowing him to know that he's in a coma, and
Mm-hmm.
he this is basically his journey through his own mind to pull himself out of this coma,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's very, very, very cool. And the story is actually narrated, and you might have to fact check this, but it's actually narrated by his mother, who he's never met his mother before, but for somehow his mother is narrating the story,
Interesting.
which yeah is very, very interesting. So I think the end of this game you're gonna get like a very feel good, kind of positive story and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and that's kind of cool. I mean, sometimes you want to play stuff like that, and if you
Yeah.
what an incredible way to make a game that could have limitless possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally limitless possibilities, because you're trapped inside someone's mind. It's you're in imagination land. You
Yeah.
can make, and that's why we're seeing like all of these weird things where the kid is jumping around on a house of cards, or like all this weird stuff that we saw in the game.
Yeah.
It's like you have so many possibilities that you could do and just make anything that you really want to in any situation that you want, and like it's gonna make sense because you're just in this kid's imagination. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And
I
I think
think that's
that's
super cool.
such a really cool concept. And the way you kind of described it is like, and they can put it together in any way. Does that make sense? Like, just like
Oh
with
yeah,
the art style and things that just kind of flow in, it doesn't really necessarily have to have any rhyme or reason of what's going to happen next. It's just like you said, it's in the kid's mind. And I think the concept of that is really cool. And then I think at the end, like you get to the end and it's going to be that feel good. Oh, he's awake. And now he sees his mom for the first time, or his family that he never thought he'd see again. I think that's really neat.
yeah, and a lot like you were saying is like I do think this is a situation, and this might be a spoiler alert, but I'm just kind of guessing. But it might be a situation, right, where like exactly like you said, he's in this coma, but he can still hear, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so the story is being narrated by his mother. Well, maybe his mother is actually in the room telling him
Yeah.
all of these stories. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it's like he's gonna wake up, he's gonna pull himself out of this coma, he's gonna meet his mother for the first time, who what for whatever reason wasn't there, but found out that he was in a coma and had to come back and like make sure that he was okay. And it's like it's such a cool, like it's such a feel good story and just such a cool way to kind of just to display that. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this one. This is, like we said, it's an indie game. It seems like they don't have a date for it yet, and it has a wish list page on Steam, and they're going to do a Kickstarter for it. So hopefully it's a game that will come into final development. I mean, it's on IGN, so I would expect it would at this point, but it looks really cool. I'm really excited for this kind of game. It's going to be an action adventure, like platform puzzle based game, and I think that's really neat. Like in this kind of situation.
And it's founded by Inevitable Studios, which is a studio created by Cord Smith, who is formerly at Square Enix. Okay. So it is a very small studio, but it's run by a very reputable, very reputable name. I mean, Cord Smith has been with Square Enix, and we don't have to talk about Square Enix. I mean, so this game, it is a small studio, but it is being produced and run by somebody who knows what they're doing. So I do expect this to be a really great game. And like Adam talked about, I mean, you could throw any situation at this and you're just like, sure, it makes sense. Yeah. Like the trailer opened up with the kid just kicking this glowing ball around the woods. It's like, why is he doing that? I don't know. He's just in imagination land. You know,
why not? Why not?
Yeah. Kicking a glowing ball around the woods seems like fun. Like, why not?
And that's what they're going for, and I like it. I'm really excited about this one. Let us know if you're excited about it, because we don't have a date for you, but it looks cool.
We'll keep you updated if we hear anything. We'll definitely be keeping you updated. And if this does become a game, which I do think it is going to become an actual game that you can get, I will definitely be checking this one out, because it is right up my alley.
I agree.
Yep. Good episode, man. Dude, let's go. We're back. Awesome.
We're back. Thanks to you guys for sticking with us without our episode drought, but we're here. We're back, better than ever. We're getting close to that mark of hitting our first level of like partner, but that's neither here or there. That'll come with time, and we just appreciate you guys being around and going through it with us.
Without getting too sappy, thank you guys very, very much. We are actually pretty close to 650 subscribers, which if you would have told me that when we made episode 1, I would have been like, I don't know, but it's actually incredible. So thank you guys so much for keeping the channel going, helping us grow, sharing, liking, subscribing, doing all the things. We really, really, really appreciate it, and love you guys very, very much. Adam, what else you got for him?
Yeah, I just think I'm not gonna say my usual right off the bat, but I just think it's cool. Like Dave and I started this mostly because like we were trying to find stuff that we want to talk about together, and we're like, let's see where this goes. And like Dave said, I didn't expect 650 subs in this quick or anything like that, but we're super happy. It is growing. We're glad that people like the content. And if there's anything that you guys want us to start doing, let us know in the comments or social media or email us or whatever. But with that said, if you're not following us on all social media, make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast, and check out our website, letstalknerdypodcast.com. Yeah.
No, love you guys very, very much. Thank you for everything. And we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace out, nerds. I'm a turkey.
You have to keep that in.